Okay, can't wait for this interview. I've been dying to talk to this man. What a week it was for him. This time last week, we thought he was going to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 209. Of course, you know by now, it did not happen. Handled it with unbelievable class. I don't know if I could have handled it that well. It was pretty amazing to watch. We're talking, of course, about Tony Ferguson, who is kind enough to join us on the phone right now. Tony, are you there?
Yeah, buddy, I'm doing here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Really, really appreciate you joining us, Tony. Okay, let's start. When did you start to feel like this was in jeopardy? When did you first catch wind that the fight was kind of maybe not going to happen?
It never crossed my mind that one time. Out of all the stuff that Khabib was saying, I gave respect to him. I still wish he's doing good. But I just think it was very disrespectful and very unprofessional what him and his camp did, especially after all the sacrifice that I put into this fight. I woke up from the sleep. I didn't feel good. I felt like shit. My right side of my body was hurting. The back of my back was hurting. But you guys never know me to say anything or bitch about it. I still had 2 more pounds to lose in the morning. I lost my weight very slowly. It sucked. We went to the weigh-ins, and I did my part. I weighed in, didn't show up with jeans on the scale, and I went back to the hotel, and I was like, I need to lay down. I don't feel too good, and I don't know from just eating or rehydrating too fast or what it was, but I laid down, and as soon as I woke up from a nap, literally woke up from a nap, and I'm looking at my wife, I'm looking at one of my managers, and they're telling me that they sat me down, like, oh shit, like somebody from my family died or something, like crazy. And they said that Khabib went to the hospital. So I'm like, all right, he went to the hospital, but I'm still thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, you still have a fight, just relax. And then I just get wind that he, not sure what happened. Nobody heard from him. And he just went to the hospital and that the fight was going to be canceled. So, I mean, you tell me how you feel. I mean, I was in shock. I was just, I don't know, dude, this fucking sucks, personally.
How did your Dana White said that he's never seen a fighter react, and understandably so, to, we've seen this with Cormier and Jones, but he said that you were in pretty bad shape. Is that accurate? Like, how are you reacting to this news so close to the fight?
I was frustrated. I was pissed. I fight for my company. I always do, which is great, but I was pissed at the situation. As soon as they let me cool down, as soon as I went to UFC HQ, and I walked in there, I was very professional, and I was just like, what the hell, like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm sitting here, I have family support, it's been a really crappy process, dude. It's just been a really crappy process because I wanted to give the fans exactly what they wanted, which is an amazing fight. Well, we were the people's main event. And that was like something I just kept hearing about over and over and over. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. And they offered me, they said something about Michael Johnson. And I was, for a second, it took me to process it because now we're not going backwards. This is the UFC. We aim to keep climbing these ranks. I broke my arm and I went back and I was like, all right, this is cool. And I did my work. I had to earn every single step of the way. This title shot, this interim title shot was not given to me, ever. This was earned. Like, literally through blood, sweat, and tears, man. It was crazy. So they went and offered me the Michael Johnson fight, and it wasn't at the weight that I was at. And just a lot of frustrations going on. And, it's kind of a crappy situation, Ariel, and I hate it. It's a really shitty situation. And I would love to fight Khabib, but there's no guarantee that he's going to show up and make weight. He's eating. I found out too that he was eating tiramisu a couple weeks ago, like unembedded. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, really? It's plain disrespectful. It's very unprofessional. And my next fight needs to be a title fight. I've earned every single right of the way. I mean, I need somebody that's just guaranteed to show up. I've done all my homework. I've done all my ends meet for this fight. But, if we're talking Khabib, there's got to be some sort of guarantee or insurance for this, man. But it's a crazy bug that I can't squash, and it's a tough pill to swallow, Ariel. And my family and I, we're going through like just some kind of crazy emotions right now because now it's starting to sit in.
Yeah.
like when at the fight, and I'm still staying professional, dude. I still wish him good luck. I hope, you know, he really needed to go. I really hope that he needed to go and not watch my open workouts or did anything else and got scared, because I wasn't running away. I'm not that kind of guy that's going to run away. And for a tough opponent like him, you know, I was hoping to give the fans exactly what they want, was a bloody ass fight, because the main event sucked. I mean, I told everybody bye. I thought it was going to be a great fight because these guys I'm fans of these dudes. But I'm sitting here pissed off at myself in the stands watching this fight in front of me. And I can't shake it because these fans are booing. You know, but I love my fans, and I think they shouldn't have booed. I mean, it was a great fight, dude. These guys are champions. You know, it's a chess match. It's not checkers. So it's different. I don't know. Just getting frustrated.
Would you say that like it's almost like a grieving scale where initially like you came out and you're on the mic at the weigh-ins and you're like, you know, by the fight, all this stuff, and I see you at the fight and you know, you're kind of pumped up doing the belt thing, but now you're back home and you didn't get that release and you didn't go out and do what you left your home to do, and now like on this Monday it kind of hits you like this whole you really sucks and you didn't have finality to it. Is that a fair way to describe how you're feeling now?
I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, how can you miss weight at this level? I mean, everybody wants to blame the weight cutting, but it's not what a high-level champ does. You know, it's like I heard he was 30 pounds over, and it was crazy. It's about being disciplined and doing it the right way. It really is. I busted my ass. I spent a lot of money to go into this entire camp. You know, to go out on the night before the fight when it can't happen, it's going to hurt me and my family financially, man. They came and offered me Johnson, which I understand, you know, but I wanted to whoop Michael Johnson's ass and avenge my loss. But I can't take a pay cut for no title. It made absolutely zero sense on this one, Earl. I begged them to pay me fairly so I can whoop his ass, but they refused.
Why? Why did they refuse?
You know,
they were already allocating that money. They were ready to pay you that money. Why did they sold tickets for you to fight? They sold tickets to people who wanted to see you fight. What was their reasoning behind not wanting to pay you the same amount?
I'm not sure, but, you know, Dana said that he paid me at the post-fight presser.
Yeah. And
reports are saying that it was my show money.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he actually paid me. I haven't even received it yet, you know. But am I thankful that Dana wants to do the right thing? Yeah. I appreciate him for it. I tip my hat. But I would need more insurances next time when this happens again for Khabib. You know, I'm not losing money off of his fault, even if it is a replacement. I'll fight anybody, you know, as long as I'm not punished for something, you know, that somebody else is not showing up to do. I mean, I did everything on my part, media obligations, signed up. I even waited on both scales. I did everything, and just I was ready, dude. And like all fighters, I budgeted my entire camp off of my show money. My wife works, so she and I saved enough money to buy a home. You know, and I'm remodeling it, which is for my absolute purpose for this game, my career.
Yeah.
You know, this fight was going to have enough to afford this house with my payments for the year, you know, covering modeling costs for my home gym and place so I can raise my son and put food on the table. And yet here I am looking at my empty space wall with no belt. And I'm still trying to stay as humble as possible and professional. And, it's hard.
The Nevada Athletic Commission released the payments for the card, and it said that you were going to make $250 and $250. Are you able to say if that's accurate? And if so, are you able to say what they were asking or saying that they wanted to pay you to fight Johnson if it wasn't your $250 show?
You know, it wasn't what I wanted.
Okay.
They wanted to give me something, but I wanted my show money. I felt like at least I deserved that. And the day before, man, and I'm going to take a huge pay cut, more than probably half. And, you know, it was frustrating, dude. I want to keep saying, you know, it's frustrating, but here I am starting from the mailroom spot from the Ultimate Fighter with ultimate highs and lows. And there's no sad me story here. I'm gonna be Tony Khabib Ferguson no matter what. I'm coming after that belt. This is my time. I mean, who else is next? I'm not gonna fight anybody else next. You got to give me Conor. He needs to defend his title or he needs to vacate it. This is a game that I play, but you know I did everything up for fight week. I really did as much as I could, as much as my body freaking hurt and sucked, and dealing with these guys, circling my family, and it was crazy, man. A lot of BS this fight, but yet I'm glad I gained a lot of followers, and I'm glad the UFC was able to have a show. And it sucks, but I'm not taking a pay cut. That blows big time.
So is it fair to say, because you said you'll only fight for a belt next, you mentioned Conor, unless it's the real belt against Khabib, you're not interested anymore? You want to fight for, you don't want any interim title fights anymore? You want to fight for a real belt?
Well, I want a belt that I can hold.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
If it's an interim or not, like I said, if it's real enough, if I can touch it, if I can see it, and I can look at it, and I can hold it, and my son can look at it and enjoy it,
yeah,
that's real enough for me.
Okay.
It really is. So I can't figure out who wants to fight or sign on the dotted line. There's nobody. I'm ready to go. I'm absolutely ready to go. This weekend was a shitty one.
Yeah.
I said, but I'm still ready to go. My body doesn't know any difference. Like, I have to go through practice or get beat up or go through sparring or do something because my body still feels like it's fighting Khabib. And I prepared for 10 rounds. My camp was like 9 or 10 week camp. That's how long my camp was.
So right now, when you're kind of sitting here, you don't know what's next yet, right? And they have an offer because there's been some people trying to push for you to fight on the Buffalo card in a month. Have they talked to you? This is what we would like to see you do. This is what we want to see you do. This is our plan for you. Do you have any idea?
Well, right now, I think they're letting me cool down.
Okay.
Letting me get home to enjoy my family a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know about Khabib. He says he might be ready in May before Ramadan. But, this is my stage, dude. This is my time. I'm at. I was ready. Everybody saw it, the open workouts. I opened up a little bit. I want to show some cool different things. And there's just no guarantee to fight that dude.
Right.
He's got to be able to put my family through that again. It's got to be either guaranteed belt. I just don't want no BS anymore, man. I'm a fighter. I have management that does a lot of stuff, but I'm a fighter. And I fight really strong, and I fight really hard for the fans and for my company. And regardless of who it is, I just want to be able to be compensated for my time and my efforts, man. And as a fighter, especially when I'm spending it on camp.
Would you be interested in coming back and fighting on that April 8th card, or do you need some time to cool off?
Oh, I told you, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I mean, really, I am. My body is ready. I'm a champion, dude. Champions are made in the dark. I've said that before, but I really believe it. I'm here really putting in my work and my effort. And you know me, I can shit talk if I really want to, but it's not something I want to do. It's not in my bag right now. Like, I really feel that my skill set is at that certain level where I haven't peaked yet. That it's elite. Like, these guys don't have any idea what they're in for. Like, once they get in the clinch with me, I don't know if you saw that during open workouts I call it the specialist. It's almost like a scissor takedown from a duck under. And it's a nasty, cool takedown. I've been learning leg locks, and I'm ready to go, bro. I mean, I even thought about bumping up to 170 or down to 145, but Tyron Woodley's got 170 pounds. But I knocked everybody out at 170. And at 155, I've been finishing dudes left and right. And I have no problem getting bigger. But as far as the future, as far as MMA, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. I'm strong. I'm active. And I still love my sport, dude. I'm just sad that I didn't get to go out there and demonstrate the awesomeness and eliteness that myself and my camp really, really prepared for. Literally, it was awesome. You guys were such a great treat for it.
What was it like, knowing that? I was not surprised that you were in attendance, but I couldn't help but think, like, man, I can't imagine what's going through his mind. How difficult was it to sit in that arena knowing that, around, I don't know, 9 p.m. Pacific time, you should have been in the cage fighting in this fight that everyone was so excited, people's main event, all that stuff. How are you processing that?
It was hard. It was really hard. I think more than anything else, I was trying to just I wanted to enjoy the fights. I wanted to make the best of it, and for that time being, just to enjoy it, because it is about the lights, the camera, the action. Once you've never been to a UFC event, it's sad. You have to go. Save up your money. Save what you got to do. You got to get to an event. You got to just take it all in and soak it in. And it's not about like who you're sitting next to or what. It's just the vibe and the aura. If you're there and you listen to the music, you get pumped. You're sitting there, you're looking at the stage, and you're sitting there on the canvas, and you're like, yeah, I want to be one of those guys. And you got NFL guys coming up to you saying that, I mean, these guys are big. And they're like, we're big fans of you. Oh, can we get a picture? I'm like, dude, hell yeah, dude. I'm like, look at the Super Bowl ring. I'm like, that thing's fucking crazy. That's awesome. That's eliteness. That's awesomeness. And they're looking for my autograph and for my picture. And I'm just kind of being chill. And it kind of, it made the sting go away.
Huh. Okay.
It kind of made the sting go away because, they were there to watch me. They were there, not just me, but Khabib. They were there to watch a great, spectacular, epic battle between two of the world's best lightweights. He had a 9-fight win streak. This dude had 24-0 win streak. He was going to have his first loss, and I said it. And I called him out during weigh-ins. I called him out during everything, and he couldn't shake me, baby. He could not shake me one time. I went through there, and I looked at him, and he just couldn't figure me out. He just couldn't figure me out, dude.
So is there a part of you that feels like he looked for a way out? Do you believe that?
I don't know. I mean, he has management. I mean, management does what? They take care of you. And there's processes. When I heard that there was ways to save this fight, I was a little bit more frustrated because out of all the crap that his manager talks and says that we're the best, and they didn't know enough to go through the UFC. That's why I believe it's so unprofessional and just crappy, dude. I mean, regardless if he wanted to win or lose, he was going to lose, in my opinion. Thus, from all the numbers that I put in, from all the rest that I've actually took in, and just how mentally prepared for warfare I was. This guy was going to try to advance, but just like the Spartans, dude, I was going to be right there waiting for him.
I know you said that you want some sort of assurance, if you get booked again, but mentally, are you able to, come to terms with the idea of going through this whole roller coaster with him again? Do you feel like, let's say they come to you and say, we want you to fight him in April or May before Ramadan. Do you feel like you can get mentally, set on this, or 3 times the fight gets canceled for various reasons? Is it going to be a little more difficult to get up for the fight because you don't know if it's actually going to come to fruition?
I don't know, but a little joke, I might have to hire Mike Dolce for him. Something along the lines. It's funny that if they wanted to book you, I don't even think Dana would want to book it.
Yeah. You don't know.
I mean,
did you ask him?
I have no idea. Like, honestly,
okay.
Honestly, like I said, I'm ready to fight the absolute next person. I said I was going to pick off everybody from the top 10 all the way down. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I want Conor. Conor needs to fucking either defend or vacate. Yeah, he's next in line. Alvarez isn't. Nate Diaz, you want me to go backwards? I'm not going backwards. Like, that defeats the whole entire purpose of being a professional. I've done it so many times where, I saved face and I fought Landon Banana, which both of them, credit to them, they had a badass fight.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was great. The other kids stepped up. But I'm not trying to fight freshmen, man. I'm not trying to fight incoming like sophomores. This is not how it goes. I'm a veteran in the sport now. I deserve my title shot. I deserve a top-notch opponent that's going to sit there and make weight, and give me some shit. I want that fight. I think the fans want that fight. My skills is far superior than anybody else's in this division. I believe that I'm becoming more professional, more mature. I believe that my skill sets are the same. And I believe 150% I will be future champ, regardless of when and where.
By the way, just to be clear with the timeline, when you stepped on that scale for the early weigh-ins, did you not know that he had been to the hospital?
I had not known anything.
Wow.
What I had known was somebody sent me a text saying that Khabib wasn't looking good. But I never really paid attention to him. I never looked at his page. I wasn't stalking him. I wasn't shaking one bit till I had to worry about him. I knew he was going to make the scale. I absolutely thought he was. I really did think that he was going to make the scale. But I felt like shit that morning. Like I said, I had 2 pounds to lose. My body's going through hell. Yeah, people say that he walks around at 185, not 190. I walk around like 200 pounds. I'm 5'11".
Wow.
It's not easy for me to lose the weight. But it's discipline. It's being a professional and not missing weight. And that's the thing I can't get. When you have that many people looking at you to lose the weight and to honor your contract and to be there, it's a very it's a hard, like I said, tough pill to swallow, and I don't know if I want to put my family through that. I really don't. But I'm always ready to fight anybody, anytime. But the assurances and what I have to be able to show up for is got to put my family much more in a situation of doubt what we're going to receive. You know, it's just crazy.
Last thing, Tony, what's the game plan now? What do you do? How do you, what's the next step? How are you going to see what's next for you?
I stay sharp. I'm going to Wildcard Boxing this week. My boy Rashad Holloway is going to take me in, and we're going to be sparring some professionals. I'm going to be upping my Muay Thai game at Black House. And as far as my jiu-jitsu, we're going to keep choking necks and cashing checks for 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu. And literally, I'm not falling off of this. I'm not falling off the rock. This is where I'm at. I got the ball in hand, and I'm going to keep moving forward, baby. I'm going to hit him with the switch that, like Allen Iverson. I'm going to keep my right hand hard. I was going to hit him in the stomach so hard. So the next person I fight is going to get hit in the stomach so damn hard, they're going to have to take a knee. Literally. With the amount of bag work I put in as far as my boxing and my kicking and movement, oh, man. I can't rob you guys of that. You guys need to see me fight soon. Like, real soon. Because I'm ready to go, and I'm going to keep gearing towards it. I'm going to do a hell of a lot more sparring this fight. I only sparred like maybe one time last fight.
Wow. That's it. Damn. Yeah. So much respect for you, Tony. Really, you handled this really in the most impressive way possible. I don't know if many could do the same. I can't imagine how difficult it was. So kudos to you on that front. I speak for everyone. So disappointed. I met a guy, by the way, at the arena. I'm there getting something to eat, main card, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Ariel, who do you think's going to win, Khabib or Tony?" And I said to him, "You didn't hear the news?" And this is now like 36 hours later. And he's like, "No, I've been driving all night." I said, "The fight's canceled." The look on his face was like I just told him his dog died. He was devastated. I mean, he was not joking. He was devastated. And that kind of summed it up for everyone. And I can't imagine what it was like for you. So kudos to you. And I hope you get booked soon. I hope you get what you want.
Absolutely. And I ran into a whole bunch of people that same way, inside and outside of that arena. But like I said, fans, stay true, stay loyal. I love you. And you guys will see me soon. Thank you, Ariel, for your time.
All right, there he is, Tony Ferguson. Great stuff from him. Appreciate his time. What a difficult situation.